I have an edited textures folder, so you should see my carpet texture PSD, right? So what's cool about this too is I say save it out to this JPEG, right? That makes a stopped element, and I don't want to introduce too much to you yet, but we can begin setting up. Also, let's say that I wanted to change my carpet texture or something. That can still live as a live document. I can drag my actual PSD file into this, right? And it'll come in, right? And then it has this little thing called a smart object. It becomes a smart object, like a linked item. And then it'll live inside that TIFF file, and then I can double click and open that. Whoops. I can open that item up, right? It's going to say after editing the contents, choose file save. So you save it somewhere, and then when I drag it in, it's like this live separate document that's linked together. And when we get to AutoCAD and talk about extracts, this will make sense. So you can do it either way. For now, don't worry about it. Take the JPEG in. I do it on my end like this just because it's for safety's sake, it's faster to do. Okay, so I've dragged that in. I've multiplied my carpet. Now what's happening is, because I had this selected, the whole entire carpet container selected, I am now selecting all of this carpet texture, including the bottom one. I want to select only this layer, and then because I'm in the stack, it's going to auto select everything. So that auto select at the top, when I'm in the selection tool, is sometimes your best friend, sometimes your worst enemy. I'm going to deselect auto select, then I'm going to click on the layer I want, so now it locks that selection to that layer. And then hopefully we remember, if you watch the video on placing the girl in the image, which I don't think we got to in here, is I can go ahead and transform, and then it's distort. Remember, distort's your good friend. So anytime I'm transforming an image, I typically don't ever use the scale, the rotate, the perspective, the warp. Perspective sometimes, if I know it's a defined perspective. Excuse me, sorry. But distort pretty much allows me to just go wherever I want with the thing. So I want to make sure I have that. Go ahead and go edit, transform, distort. Right, and then I'm clicking my shape handle, which is the squares that appear at the top, and I'm essentially just dragging that into place where I want my carpet. And you may end up with it kind of going buggy. When I tend to, when I'm running screen recordings and okay, so it's not allowing me to. So if you're in the event of me where you brought it in and it's not liking the fact that you're trying to do it, you can always just rasterize the layer of a smart object, and then it's no longer smart. Transform, distort. There we go. Wasn't doing that at home. There we go. So there we go. So then I'm starting to bring that into place. Alright, so I try my best to get it in. So you'll see as I'm trying to line this up, my pixel, my shape handle is going to places I don't want it to stop, right? So that is snapping, right? So we can snap pixels just like we can snap items. So I can go to the view menu. Let's go snap to. I'm going to have guides, layers, and document bounds, or just regular snapping. It's going to snap to the actual pixels, right? Regular snap is pixel snapping. So now I can freely go wherever I want to go and get it really perfectly adjusted in there. Okay.